Welcome back to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Today, we're tackling a topic that's sparking frustration among EV owners: charging scams. While electric vehicles are marketed as the future of driving with promises of cleaner air and lower costs, the reality is that charging them can be far more expensive and exasperating than anticipated. From sneaky fees to unreliable networks, let's dive into the most shocking ways EV owners are getting ripped off. Stay tuned. These revelations are not to be missed. Number 6. Sneaky fees at charging stations. Kicking off our countdown is a major pet peeve for EV owners: hidden fees at charging stations. You might think you're scoring a deal at a public charging spot, but these stations often have sneaky ways of draining your wallet. Many impose idle fees, which charge you extra if you leave your vehicle plugged in after it's fully charged. And it doesn't stop there. Peak hour surcharges are on the rise, causing charging costs to soar during busy periods. Another culprit is connection fees, a charge for simply plugging in, regardless of whether you use any electricity. What was once hailed as an affordable and eco-friendly alternative is proving to be a costly trap for EV owners. These fees often fly under the radar, so you might not realize you're paying more until the bill arrives. With different networks setting varying rates, you could easily end up paying double or even triple what you would at home. Public charging is quickly proving to be more expensive than anticipated. Number 5. Slow charging at premium prices. One of the top frustrations for EV owners is paying high prices for slow charging speeds. While fast charging is often marketed as a major benefit, many stations fall short of their promises. These stations may claim to offer speeds of 150 kilowatt or more, but in reality, they deliver only a fraction of that, leading to longer wait times than expected. The real kicker? You're still charged premium rates even if the charger is underperforming. This means you could end up waiting hours for a charge that should have taken only 20 minutes, with the cost accumulating as you wait. To make matters worse, EV makers and charging networks often obscure the actual performance of their chargers. Many stations don't disclose their real-world speeds, and excuses like high demand or infrastructure issues are common. As a result, drivers are stuck with higher costs and unreliable service, feeling deceived by promises of faster, cheaper charging. Number 4. The myth of free charging. One major EV selling point is free charging, but it's often not what it seems. Automakers promote free charging, but it typically comes with caveats. This free access might be limited to specific, inconvenient, or poorly maintained stations. You could arrive to find the station full, forcing you to wait or search elsewhere. Moreover, these offers often have hidden limits. Once you exceed a certain amount of free energy, you're charged extra. Some deals even expire after a year, leaving you unexpectedly paying for charging. Even more misleading, these free stations might charge slowly, meaning longer wait times despite saving a bit of money. When you factor in the time spent searching and waiting, the supposed benefit of free charging often feels more like an empty promise than a true advantage. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Number 3. The frustration of unreliable charging networks. Up next, let's address the frustration caused by unreliable charging networks that leave EV owners high and dry. Picture this. You roll up to a charging station, only to discover the charger is out of order, painfully slow, or simply not working. A recent study shows that up to 20% of public chargers are non-functional at any given time, with even higher rates of failure in rural areas where investment is sparse. In major cities, chargers frequently suffer from maintenance issues or malfunction, often without clear timelines for repair. This forces EV drivers to search for alternatives, sometimes traveling significant distances to find a functional station. Even when you do find a working charger, it might provide slower than expected speeds, leading to further delays. For those relying on public charging stations for their daily commutes, these outages are more than just an inconvenience. They're costly and time-consuming. To make matters worse, many charging networks are fragmented. You might have a membership with one network, but end up at a station run by a different provider, resulting in higher fees for non-members. The lack of a unified system makes the EV charging experience frustratingly inconsistent, leaving many EV owners feeling the sting of unreliable service. Number 2. Comparing costs, home charging versus public charging. Let's examine the cost disparity between home and public charging. Many new EV owners are led to believe that home charging is cheaper, which is true for those with a proper setup. However, home charging isn't an option for everyone. Apartment dwellers and city residents often rely on public stations. Here's the catch. Public charging is usually much pricier than home charging. Public stations often charge 3 to 4 times more per kilowatt hour than home electricity. Plus, there are hidden fees and unreliable service. This creates a significant cost gap for those without home charging access. Moreover, installing a home charger can cost between $500 and $2,000, a detail not always highlighted in promotional materials. Without this setup, drivers face higher operating costs, making the anticipated savings of going electric less achievable for many. Number 1. Looking ahead. Will EV charging improve or worsen? Finally, let's ponder the future of EV charging. Is relief on the way, or are we facing more problems? As electric vehicle adoption grows, governments and automakers are working to expand charging infrastructure. But the real question is whether these solutions will address the core issues we've highlighted. Some experts are optimistic about advancements like wireless charging or ultra-fast chargers, which could alleviate the problems of slow charging speeds and unreliable networks. However, these technologies are still emerging and may be years away from widespread use. Meanwhile, EV owners continue to grapple with inconsistent service, high fees, and unreliable chargers. Government mandates and subsidies for new charging stations are increasing, but without improved regulation, consumers will likely continue to shoulder the costs. While automakers acknowledge the frustrations of their customers, their focus remains largely on selling more vehicles rather than enhancing the charging experience. As long as profit remains the primary goal, meaningful change may be a distant hope. So, while the future of EV charging may look promising in promotional materials, the reality is far more complex. Until these issues are addressed, the clean, cost-efficient future promised by EV makers remains riddled with hidden costs and frustrations for owners. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Piston Pundit for more in-depth analyses and updates on the automotive world. Don't forget to drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.